one.
What the hell is up, everybody? Hopefully this is live. I'm pretty sure it's live because my guest here has been telling me it's live. Let's go ahead and introduce him. We've got Chaz Campbell-Evans. What's up?
Ooh!
He is a local film critic in Utah. He's got a short film currently out. There'll be links down below for that. Welcome and thanks for joining me today. We already did a test run. How was that for you?
It went well, I thought.
I did too. We didn't realize it was a test run until this point, but now that we know, and now that we're actually streaming, oh my god, I'm just so excited to be doing this with you. And happy 2020 as well. Let's go ahead and cheers to that. I know you've got something with you. I've got my handy-dandy Red Bull. We didn't do that the first time. Salud.
No, we did not.
So, 2020. Yeah, World War III has started. We can talk about that another day. What we need to talk about right now is what's going to be happening this year that's maybe our most anticipated of 2020. We've got the list from IMDB of all the films coming out. We went at length talking about some of these, so I'm sure we're going to be a little bit more boilerplates with the crudes too. But let's jump back into it. Chaz, what do you think about the Eternals and what do you think about superhero films? I delight me with what you have to say about it.
I don't know anything about the Eternals, and I don't care right now. I am not a huge fan of superhero movies. I think they've had their time. I get why people like them, but personally, I think it's just easy marketing, easy money maker. I guess if you're looking at it from like a film economy standpoint, like it gets jobs made, all that. But I don't know, not for me really necessarily. Like I have better things to watch than Thanos snapping his fingers.
Well, hey.
Iron Man saying it's
cheesy. Hey, and Thanos is gone, man. He was dusted, assholes. Read up on your Marvel. Why do I even have you on the show? Cut back to me. Just kidding. No, I actually agree with you on a lot of points. I think that Marvel is, now that they're done with the Avengers and Endgame, like I was telling you before, I think that a lot of people think that the superhero genre is going to start to slow down. Just the opposite, though. We've got so many more TV series. We have so many more Disney Plus shows that are going to be coming. And this is the start of that new campaign, or that new phase in this case. So, really quickly, directed by Chloe Zhao, starring Kumail Ripped Nanjiani, Richard Madden, Angelina Jolie, Brian Tyree Henry. All of these, it's a star-studded cast. And honestly, just from looking at the IMDb list, the most diverse cast that Marvel has had in their group films. So that is a plus. These are people that have been living for thousands of years in secret, that are immortal beings, have been in civilization for a while. We have no idea why, but yeah, we'll see what happens there. I'm really excited that Kumail got so ripped. I think that's dope. I would like to do that too. I wish Marvel would just let me have a couple of their trainers for a week or something.
Right? No, especially seeing Chris Hemsworth being all ripped and stuff for Thor. I'm just
man.
It'd be great to have a body
I'll quote one of the people that I watch online. That man could turn any group of women into a water slide. Holy cow. Speaking of which, we got our two hotties in a head-to-head. You thought Batman v Superman was going to be intense? Wait till you see Godzilla versus Kong. Coming from two disappointing films from the box office, we have the poorly set up versus film of Godzilla versus Kong, directing Adam Wingard, Millie Bobby Brown, Alexander Skarsgård, Rebecca Hall from Mission Impossible is in it. What do you think about this? What did you think about the first Godzilla in King of the Monsters?
So I like the first Godzilla. I thought it was visually captivating.
Yes,
yeah, that's the word.
Yes,
I think. I don't have Google word check. What do you call it?
They pushed back the release date for it too. I believe just recently that was an article that came out that they had to push it back.
Oh, for Godzilla versus Kong.
Hopefully it's for the story. We'll see.
Well, shit. I'm hoping because I like the first Godzilla. I thought it was really dark and moody, and I know some people had complaints about not seeing Godzilla enough,
Me.
but I kind of liked how they treated it like
Ugh.
Jaws.
Look, but that's the thing. If you're gonna be Jaws, you gotta have the good characters from Jaws. But they had these
Correct,
characters,
yeah.
and they had Bryan Cranston for just a minute, and but sorry, you're right.
Marketing. Man. But no, so I like that one. I almost walked out of I liked Kong too, that Kong Skull Island movie. I thought that was badass. I thought that was a lot of great action, and I just had fun with
It
that
definitely
movie.
had a
But
lot more style.
Godzilla,
I liked its style.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like the new Godzilla movie. The what do you call it?
King of the Monsters.
King of Monsters.
Yeah.
I almost walked out of because I thought it was really pathetic and
honestly, even the effects looked bad. They shrouded all of the monster fighting in like tons of like smoke and lightning and like stuff to just like make your eyes dilate.
Talk about blue lighting too. Like every scene in this movie was like a blue hue to it. So I mean, judging from the poster for Godzilla versus Kong, it looks like it's gonna be blue mixed with orange. So
I think they've got
maybe.
But honestly, that's every poster, especially when you look through.
Yeah,
all
but
of these.
I hope it's good though. I mean, I like Adam Weingart as a director too, so I hope it goes well.
Well, I mean, there's always a chance that it can. I just hope that if they're taking the time to do something, it's focusing on like story beats and not necessarily like how good can we make the monsters look. Because like you can make a monster look shit and have good characters and make it look, that's not the end all be all for stuff. Jaws, like what we were saying, Jaws looked horrible. That's why they didn't really have him in the movie a lot. What we've got next, I'm just gonna skip the Croods 2. Fuck the Croods 2. We got Ryan Reynolds, Kelly Marie and Nicolas Cage. It's the sequel to the movie 7 years before it, and we can move on. Bad Boys for Life, though, we started talking about a little bit with Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, not directed by Michael Bay, which is a selling point for me personally. I don't really want to have a Michael Bay movie. I don't really trust him as a creative. I think he tries to go a lot more for like, how do I get a wicked paycheck, from how he does his movies, and then make as many explosions as possible. But this one actually, I don't know, from the trailers it looks pretty funny. What do you think?
I'm for it. I like the first one. I like the second one. This one just looks like a guilty pleasure and like a mindless popcorn film, and I'm okay with that, honestly.
It looks like the movie that's going to be
has my
more
childhood
fun
crush in it,
for being dumb, I guess. Like the Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
But maybe better. Is that...
See, I didn't see Hobbs and
Really?
Shaw. I haven't seen... Okay, the is it Fast and Furious 7 where Paul Walker died, right? Where he passed away. I have not seen Fast and Furious 7.
Really?
Really. I don't care for Fast and the Furious
You
7.
should
I
see
think I
Fast and
lost
Furious
myself
7
Fast and Furious 5.
because if you're... Especially 8, and if you're going to want to catch up on those immediately, because in 2020, and this is a great segue, Fast and Furious 9 is coming. And... we got Charlize Theron back, Helen Mirren's back, John Cena. I wish I had the John Cena sound effect. That would have been so good. I'm just gonna play. I'm playing McClunky instead. I love this thing so much. Do you guys?
Dude, John Cena, I love him as an actor.
I think he brings a lot of like Arnold Schwarzenegger type fun to it. I guess, where it's like, you are not a good actor, my friend. I don't think that you're a very good actor. However, you bring it every time to every role. So he does, and like in Trainwreck when he plays the boyfriend who's very, I don't know, insecure and like makes all these offhanded comments, and I'm like, it's really funny. And then he plays the overprotective dad in what's the movie? Cock Blockers, or I think it's just called Blockers. I thought that was great, and then I guess he's starring in I think it's a children's film regarding firemen. Oh, I think I've seen a poster for it. It might be on this if we go through.
No, it looks fun. Like I think that looks like a fun movie. I like John Cena.
I actually liked him a lot in Bumblebee.
But
if you actually saw, funny enough, the one Transformers film that I'm like, I really liked this. It's not for Michael Bay.
Is it good, Bumblebee?
I think it's really good. Yeah, that's a fun one.
Oh wow.
It's so
I gotta see
different
that.
from the other Transformers films. It still has a lot of the action beats, but it's very much like the Iron Giant, kind of like a boy and his dog kind of story. And that makes
Oh.
Bumblebee adorable. And Haley Steinfeld is super good in it. Like I can see her going into. I think she's already cast as the young Hawkeye. And when you see Bumblebee, you'll understand why. She really does have a lot of impact in it. But what do we have next? We've got Minions: The Rise of Gru. So they're going to bridge the gap of Despicable Me and Minions for all those that care about this. Directed by a duo, Kyle Balda and Brad Abelson. Steve Carell will be back. And Pierre Coffin, who does the main voices of Kevin, Stuart, and Bob for the Minions. Anything you got to say about this? All right,
Nope.
moving on.
Not my interest.
G.I. Joe, Ever Vigilant, is announced.
That's announced?
So,
yeah.
how close
boy.
can you be if you're in the actual year of releasing to being actually released when you're just saying that you're... What? This is absurd. There's no way they could rush it this quickly. This is going to get pushed back.
No, there's
This is
no
going to get
way.
pushed back immediately. Fuck that. We're not looking at that.
Red Notice is supposed to be in 2021.
Yes, so Red Notice, let's see. Ross and Marshall, Thurber, Ryan Reynolds, Dwayne Johnson. Okay, Gal Gadot. This is coming from Netflix, it looks like. Well, that's interesting. Have you seen much about it?
No. I have not. I'm down to watch it if it looks good. I think the cast is very talented.
That's a good group. So. And Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson have a little bit of history from Hobbs and Shaw. There's a part in there where he's like an agent that is helping out Hobbs and is like a big fan of him or something. And they're like, he's like, "I'm your best friend," and The Rock is like, "I am not your best friend. I hate you." I'm pretty sure. If I remember that movie, I can't remember a lot about that one. Kind of just went through. Friday the 13th is coming, but only showing as announced as well. There's a lot of just announced films. That's kind of confusing to me. Like, take these off.
Well, Friday the 13th, there's a lot of legal battle with that franchise right now. I believe it's from when the original screenwriter is not getting credit, story credit, and stuff. So he's actually suing. So like, if you played Friday the 13th online, like that video game they released, that indie feature game, they put a stop on releasing new content for it due to the legal issues surrounding the franchise.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of
went forth with
ongoing
like
for a
putting out
couple
the
years.
announcement. Probably some hopeful guy that's just like, just say it's coming out. Or probably some schmuck that's like on IMDb Pro and can add shit that isn't actually going to happen.
I hope it's good. I didn't mind the Michael Bay produced one. I thought that was kind of
You can turn around
fun.
a horror film pretty quickly if you've got a good story. Like, budgets aren't a huge deal when it comes to horror films. You can do those for pretty low.
No, and I think it forces you to be more creative if you have a lower budget.
What was working, just to kind of segue, and one day I'd like to get you on to talk more about your short, but what was some of the things that, like, working on that and working in that genre, like, that you found most interesting when you were in, like, the process of filmmaking?
My Mad Adventure one? Like, the most recent one? Man, I don't know. It wasn't, like, what worked for that film was that we had a lot of dialogue. So we didn't have to have a lot of money for that. And, like, we had a lot of connections. Like, we had a police car and we had because my dad worked for the city that we shot in, so he knew the police chief who provided us with the car. And then we also shot the park because my dad was over the park, so he had control over the sprinklers. And, like, so we just kind of used our connections in a way to go around with not having money. And then our own houses, our own cars. But it was fun. It was just dialogue heavy, though. If I was going to do something like horror like this, like, it'd be a lot more creative induced, but, like, it'd be really fun and challenging to see what you come up with. Because, like, I've worked on low-budget horror films before, like, as, like, a grip or whatever. And it's interesting to see how they come up with like how to shoot shots with building boxes, to get like one lighting gig set up, and like it's super inexpensive too. So it's fun. You just have to really think outside the box.
That's interesting. Now we've got Venom 2 though, with Andy Serkis coming into play. Tom Hardy's coming back. Woody Harrelson. I know you're not interested in superhero films, so I'm going to be the one to geek out about it. I think, devil's advocate, Andy Serkis is a auteur first and a creative first before he jumps into like big budget things. And he's very, very good with motion capture. Like the man invented it essentially. So what he could possibly do with Venom 2 and with Carnage and Venom and these characters that are already lending themselves to motion capture, what he can do with that, I'm actually really excited to see what he can do. And Tom Hardy also is a lot more like character driven. I don't know what the first Venom was. Like, it was a mess that somehow made $1 billion. But
I liked the first one.
Mess,
I thought it was kind of like entertaining.
It felt like Batman Forever to me, where it's just like, this is ridiculous, but I'm having a ball where I'm at right now.
I didn't think that. I think it was kind of rushed at the end, but I think I liked it for like what it had to offer. I think Tom Hardy was actually a really good choice to play Eddie Brock. Kind of like this gravel-throated dude,
and not a traditional like hero character. He's just weird. No. I love that he just kind of talked to himself more than anything. He really got into character with just being just a weirdo for it.
Yeah, and I thought it would be like more interesting too if they actually pushed boundaries and like let it be R-rated, because at times that movie felt tonally dark, where you're like, how are you like holding back on pushing this to like the extreme? Because like a lot of it felt like really could have gone extreme. So I'm surprised they didn't do that. Probably for the mass audience appeal. And for the money to make the sequel.
I think with this sequel, they have a chance of bridging the gap for the people that maybe thought it was too weird versus the people that were like all in for it.
It's a possibility, for sure.
What do you think about Free Guy? This is a bank teller discovers that he's actually an NPC inside an open world video game. Directed by Sean Levy with Ryan Reynolds, Taika Waititi. Reteaming from Green Lantern. If people don't remember that. That's right, Taika Waititi was in Green Lantern. No? Okay.
It's an awful movie.
It looks interesting. I mean, it's definitely a ripoff of the Lego movie. Like, the minute I watched that trailer, I was like, wow, holy shit, this is the Lego movie. But Ryan Reynolds is very good. What can I say?
Yeah, no, I think the trailer looks fun. I'll probably see that. I don't know if I'm going to see it in theater. We'll see when it comes out, but probably wait for it to come out in, like, Vudu or Redbox or something,
I think Ryan Reynolds has I don't know. I think it's exciting that he's still working within Disney and that Deadpool 3 is going to be going from there. This is from Fox first, so this is Disney's like takeover of it. And they showed that in the trailer. It was like from the people that made Lion King, Aladdin, and something else twice. Like they're already kind of making fun of themselves in that. We'll see. We'll see. The Devil All the Time with Robert Pattinson, Bill Skarsgård, Tom Holland, World War II film from
Southern Ohio.
Interesting. Well, I don't know anything about it. We'll see what that is.
Dude, if that's a mindfuck, I am so down for this.
Oh, hell yeah. I like the movies that I don't know a ton about because then I'm going to be a lot more surprised. Like Parasite. I had no idea what I was going in for.
I love Parasite. That's a good movie.
We got the next Bond film, No Time to Die, with Cary Fukunaga, Ana de Armas, Rami Malek. What do you think of that?
I have not seen any of Daniel Craig's Bond movies.
Shut the fuck up. Really? Bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really have not. Like, I remember in high school, people were like, oh, Skyfall is such a great movie. And all this stuff. And they look great. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I've been curious to watch them. And I love Cary Fukunaga. I think his direction in What's the HBO show called? True. No, hold on. Hold your horses. Bitch.
More sound effects.
True Detective. Oh, True Detective. Yeah, no, True Detective. The first season of True Detective, there's like a 6-minute oneer, like one shot. That's so complex, and like to put that together in one take with no fuck ups, like that's impressive. And I've been trying to watch Maniac, and it's kind of a hard thing to get into, but I think it's because it's so kind of in depth. Though he's a great director and a great visualist, so I'm curious to see how this goes, especially since Rami Malek is like the antagonist, is what it looks like. And I love Ana de Armas. I think she's an actress that's coming to show her talents.
I think she's really good, especially after Knives Out. She killed it in Knives Out.
Knives Out was amazing, dude. I love Knives Out.
What else do we have? There's so many movies. There's over 70 films. These. Do we need a speed? Do we need a speed through the...
Can we talk... Okay, can I just mention one film?
Let's go through favorites, because now I'm like, whoa!
Okay. Number 25 on the list.
25.
Denis Villeneuve's
hell
Dune.
Yes. Talk to me.
That is definitely on my list. I will cry when that comes out.
Did you watch the first Dune?
I will.
Or you read the book, or?
Yeah, so I've read the book. I actually just finished listening to it in the audiobook, actually. And then I also saw David Lynch's version.
What did you think about it?
I don't like David Lynch in general, so he's too far. He's like too artsy fartsy for the sake of being artsy fartsy with like no story, you know. And that's I people like that, like that's good on them. He's not my kind of filmmaker. But Denis Villeneuve is one of my top 3 directors of all time. And seeing him handle Blade Runner 2049, I don't know how you feel
I loved it. I think all of his work is really great.
Yes, I am going to go hard in this movie and just... It's going to be a visual, like, orgasm, dude.
Yep, I think so, too. I think they've got so many people involved in it, too, like Timothée Chalamet, Oscar Isaac, Zendaya, like...
Rebecca Ferguson.
There's an endless list.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
move one down, though. We talked about this before when we did the first recording, but Tenet is Christopher Nolan's James Bond. Essentially, this is what a Bond mindfuck directed by Christopher Nolan and starring John David Washington looks like, and I am all in for it. I think that Nolan loves playing in the sandbox he's familiar with, and with this, he loves working with time. And I'm really excited to see him continue on with that. And Robert Pattinson's in it, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, a lot of rising stars. He gets all of the best talent, always. It's Christopher Nolan. Of course you're going to be involved in it. What are you most excited for with this one?
Honestly, to see what the fuck it's about.
Trailer, you didn't catch anything from the trailer? I'm just kidding. His trailers are like, you never get anything from it.
No, because you see, like, you know, time reversing while they're going forward. You're like, wait, what the fuck am I watching? And then, like, during the Star Wars IMAX screening, they showed, like, a 6-minute preview, like, of a scene from the movie. And, dude, what a mind fuck this is going to be. It's like James Bond is in Inception, is in, like, some Stephen King world or something. Like, I don't know. I'm excited for this.
I think that should be good. We don't even need to talk about The Grudge. That came and went already this weekend. If you haven't seen the Rotten Tomatoes percentage for that, it is yummy. No, it's shit.
Bill and Ted?
This is the one that I'm very, very excited for this film. Only I love the first Bill and Ted, and I think the second Bill and Ted is just as cool, but for so many different reasons. They're fucking working with the Grim Reaper, with death. They have the most disturbing and disgusting look at what hell could be. I am terrified of what their definition of hell is. Holy shit. I'm not, like, None of those rooms I was into. As a kid, I was enamored by this movie, though. And I never thought this was going to happen. This has been in development hell for so long. But we finally got actual evidence of it. It's actually already in post-production. Keanu Reeves is back. Bill and Ted are back. What do you think so far? Are we going to... They have a phone booth in this still, dude. How are they going to deal with the phone booth right now? Why is there still phone booths?
Like, two would-be rockers from San Dimas, California find themselves as middle-aged dads. They're fucking
this is
dads.
Little Bill.
Like, let's put that into thought real
this
quick.
Is Little Ted.
I mean, Keanu Reeves had to shave his face for this movie. How long has it been since we've seen Keanu Reeves shaved?
It's not a pretty sight. To you, is it me or does he kind of look like a middle-aged woman when he's completely? Let's go to the shot. Oh, the picture. Oh boy, yeah. A lot of people didn't think that he. An official logo on it. It looks. I don't know. It's nice to see them both in it again. Yeah, but the beard makes you look younger, Keanu. What else is there?
Uncharted just got pushed back. We just got to work with that.
No. I don't care.
Because the director left again.
That.
Doolittle. So did Doolittle come out already?
Doolittle is coming out in the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Next week is 1917. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, I am. I'm excited to see Roger Deakins work his magic
Roger Deakins is so cool.
And
I know every single person on YouTube is going to be like, we love Roger Deakins. He's our favorite cinematographer. And I am going to say that still. But it's because it's true. And
no, the guy has talent. And he actually so I was looking online. He actually shares his secrets of how he gets certain shots, like what lighting he uses. And he's very practical. He's more practical over like the expensive stuff. And I think that's so cool, and like I'm excited. And I know Sam Mendes, the director, I know he did I think the last James Bond movie or the last two James Bond movies, so I'm aware of that too. So James Bond is on my radar. Just for
Deakins finally won the Oscar for 2049, like long overdue. But that movie particularly, I remember seeing the special effects like special feature thing talking about how they did that, and they did talk a lot about how he has natural lighting and they had to build these huge sets, these huge light rigs to literally crane around for some of those points when they're in Jared Leto's big tower. Holy crap, the dude is like, he's one of the few, again, like auteurs that anytime you go to a movie and you see him attached, you know that it's going to be at least visually some of the best work you're going to see that year. I'm excited. Do you think he's got a? We'll find out next week if he might win another Oscar. I hear from everybody the 1917 is just gorgeous.
I'm down for it, especially if it's a oneer or a oneer. I'm down for that. I love how much work goes into getting those shots, especially like in The Revenant, how they had to do like a lot of those one take shots. You know. I'm down for that. I really am.
I skimmed through.
I mean, that's not Deakins, but...
Oh, yeah. Candyman is coming. That's going to be the one that is produced by Jordan Peele. Spiritual sequel is what it's called. You know, I'm sick of all these different words for we're just going to reboot it. Like, spiritual sequel, that's not what... Just say you're rebooting it, okay? It's fine. What does that mean? Is that what Ghostbusters, the female remake, was? A spiritual sequel? Like where they weren't really the characters, like Bill Murray and them, they weren't really the characters, but they were still in it, you know? You know what? Let's just call the sequel trilogy spiritual sequels if we're going to go down this road. I hate that. That bugs me.
The Conjuring Devil Made Me Do It.
I've not seen that's the full title. That's interesting.
Dude, that's such a lame name. I'm sorry. I love the Conjuring movies, but like that name fucking sucks.
You know, I thought it was gonna be what's his name, James Wan, to direct it. Doesn't look like it.
No. So Michael Chavez, he's not a bad director. I actually like a lot of stuff he did. He actually did Billie Eilish.
Did that.
He did that. You know Billie Eilish?
Yeah.
He did the music video where she's spinning upside down in a hallway. and like all those hands are grabbing her. So it's a really creepy music video, and he did that. And he also did a short film about a old woman haunting this house and grabbing somebody from a bucket of water. It was really cool. It came out back in 2014, but I think it's called The Maiden.
Okay. I don't have a lot of faith in it. I think The Nun and The Nun
sucked.
The Nun burned me pretty bad, and I think there was another one that just came out that also was just like
Annabelle 3?
Was it? I think it might have been Annabelle 3. Where it was just, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like awfully horrible, but it was also like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we working on? Why are we here?
It's just easy money, man.
What about, okay, well, easy money is a funny word. What about salvaging money with the New Mutants? If you know anything, do you know anything about this? All right, let me give you a TLDR. The New Mutants has been through development hell. It started with Fox. It is a full film. It is done, and it has been done for a very long time. Maybe the past 3 years. It was supposed to come out, I think, before Dark Phoenix. And it's pushed release dates constantly. Anya Taylor-Joy is in it. Maisie Williams, Antonio Banderas, the kid from Stranger Things, the weird-looking one with the camera. They all are involved, and they've been waiting. And the movie first had to be completely reshot because test audiences said that it wasn't scary enough, or it wasn't whatever for them. And so they went in to fix that. And then, while they were doing that, the Fox-Disney merger started. And so they had this unfinished film that needed reshoots, but Fox didn't want to put any money into it because they had the merger coming through. And so it just kind of stayed in development hell, and nobody really knew what was happening with it until just recently, where Disney finally put out that they're going to be releasing it. Whether that means they're actually continuing on with the reshoots, or if they're like, let's just salvage what we have. But we need to be done, right? Like, why are we releasing this?
So Josh Boone is the one who directed Fault in Our Stars.
Yes.
And he's moved on from a heartbreaking story to a horror film. Is the new movie like a horror film?
At least for what the reshoots were going to be, they wanted to have it be a little bit more horror.
That's an interesting transition.
It is.
Dude, Antonio Banderas is in it. That's
cool. I'm interested for some of those reasons. And, like, if they are trying to change something.
Anya Taylor-Joy. Anya Taylor-Joy. She's a great actress.
And Maisie Williams. And this was before,
Game of
Thrones imploded. So, you know, she was rising. Rising star.
Before she kills the white
How
white
funny
king,
would it be if there's just a shot that looks exactly like that? She kills the villain in the
Dude, I like that.
Ooh, that's a separate video.
That scene.
That's a separate video. What about Artemis Fowl? Are you interested in... Did you read those books growing up?
No, so I know... So there was always this kid in my elementary school. Like this weird kid. Okay. And I want to say weird because to this day he's still weird. But I remember him reading those books and being very nerdy about it, and I thought it was cool. But I've never picked up on the books. I don't know what exactly it's about. Oh, he's a criminal mastermind.
I read the books growing up. I remember they had a lot of different symbols and stuff at the bottom, and you had a key guide that you read through, and it had a message throughout the book, underneath if you went through the pages. It all had symbols up at the top and bottom. It was interesting, but it's kind of a little too late. I don't know if they've still been making these books, or if it's just a property that now we have it, so let's use it, I guess. But here's a film that I don't know what the hell this movie is, and it already has a 5.5 rating for some reason. Jesus Rolls. The Jesus Rolls. This is a spiritual sequel, I guess you could call it, now that I know what this means, to The Big Lebowski. And this is about the Jesus. It's directed by John Turturro and stars John Turturro, and it's very interesting that they're moving ahead with this, especially with this character, because as they said in the film, 8-year-olds, dude.
Oh my gosh. Dude, The Big Lebowski's fucking
Yeah,
great.
I love it so much.
I had no idea they were doing a sequel
Well, that's
to
the
this.
thing, because the people in the Coen
Oh,
brothers,
Ethan and Joel
yeah, they
Coen have
don't
not
endorse
endorsed
it.
this movie as an official spin-off.
Exactly.
And it's only 85
Christopher Walken
minutes.
is in it. Audrey Tautou, John Hamm. So they've got some actors in it. It's interesting. Like, why this character? Why, like John Turturro, if you're like, this is my thing, why not Barton Fink too? Or like, why go for this? What is there more to tell about the pedophile that people want to know? This is about as weird as the release of the Michael Jackson Glove movie that they're producing. Have you heard about that shit?
Wait, what?
Okay. Johnny
No.
Depp is producing a... Yeah, Johnny Depp. So we'll start there. Is producing a movie, a biopic about Michael Jackson's glove, or told through the perspective of Michael Jackson's glove.
Why the fuck would you do that? Dude, if there's
one
no
thing
shots
you don't
of him,
want to
like,
follow the perspective
masturbating
of.
with the
It's
glove,
his glove.
I don't know.
That's the one place you shouldn't follow the perspective.
No, seriously, because, like, what if he, like... What the fuck?
Right?
I don't know what
I
to
have
say to
no
that.
idea what... It's about as misguided as this is. I don't know how we're going to... There's a new...
Okay.
Did you watch The Hitman's Bodyguard? The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is coming out.
So I actually bought that on a whim, and I kind of regret it.
It wasn't as good the second
Yeah.
time around.
I bought it on a whim and watched it, so
Oh,
I
gotcha.
just bought it from Walmart and watched it, and I wish I didn't do that.
Do you have, I mean, any reason? I didn't see it. What makes it sequel worthy? Like, did it even make a lot of money in the box office? Yeah, look that up. Jamie, pull that up. I'll be like Joe Rogan. By the way, is there anything happening in the live stream? I've not in the live chat. No, it's probably because I've not announced it. But this is dope so far that this has been working out so well. So far, no big hangups.
It made 176 million off of 30 to 69 million.
Okay, so it doubled its money at least. So I guess there's reason.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. What else do we have? The Kingsmen, directed by Matthew Vaughn.
No.
Really? I'm very interested in this. I like that it's going back, that they're doing some different stuff. Yeah, you didn't like the Kingsman movies?
I like the first one.
Not the second one. You know, I didn't like it the first time, but I gave it a second shot. And on the second view, I just let it be as stupid as it wanted to be. Like, that's what surprised me the first time watching it, was just like, this thing is ridiculously dumb and doing things that are outside of the rules that they set up in the first movie to me. And they started offing characters. I was like, I wanted to see more about that. Okay. But they totally snoked the girl, right? No? They're just like, let's just stop that character growth and any of the character relationships with that. But I don't know. It was kind of fun in a dumb way. And this looks like it's getting more serious. So I don't know.
What number is that?
Which number is what? The Kingsman? It's 36.
Oh, that's number 36. That's right. Okay.
What else is there? Oh, Coming to America too.
Haven't seen the first one. I'm not gonna lie, so I can't really
I'm excited
say.
for that.
It's been on my list though. It's been on my list.
What else do we have? Coming to America 2, Black Widow, Birds of Prey, and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Ugh.
Suicide Squad
Just for
sucked.
the title alone, I'm kind of like, I don't like this. And it's very much a Harley Quinn film too. Like, it's completely... It's supposed to retcon a lot from Suicide Squad, from what I understand.
Man.
Ewan McGregor's Black Mask.
No.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Did you
No.
watch the trailer for it?
Yeah.
It kind of feels a little all over the place. But so is Harley Quinn. So I wonder if they're... I don't know. There were some reshoots that I saw that they did with John Wick guy. So at least there might be some good action. Are you excited for Ghostbusters Afterlife? I am not. I am
No.
not. For one reason, no. Like, quit bringing in kids and trying to make the kids usher in the new thing. I am tired of seeing that. Like, I don't know. I feel like we've already seen Finn Wolfhard in so many goddamn things. I'm just tired of seeing him in the same shit. What about you?
Well, yeah, but at least in this one, it's their grandfather. Like, one of the kids has a grandfather that was a Ghostbuster. So it's kind of nice to tie it in that way. But, like, isn't Jason Reitman, isn't he the son of...
Yeah, the first director. So he's taking it over.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it might have a possibility of being good, don't get me wrong, but, like, the trailer did nothing for me.
Yeah, really do anything for me either. And maybe it's because they just didn't want to show anything.
I love Paul Rudd. Yeah, that could be it, too, but yeah, no.
Yep. You know what I am interested in, though? Number 17 is Mulan. At first, when I hadn't seen any trailers or anything for it, I was like, this is going to be a train wreck, mostly because of hearing like they weren't going to be doing any of the songs for it. And I was like, if you're not going to be doing the songs, why would you even make this movie? After seeing the trailer, I get why they want to make this movie. Like, they want to tell a serious story. They want to actually break from doing the same film, which is my biggest complaint for a lot of these movies, is that they're trying to do it shot for shot. So I'm interested. This might be the best live-action remake that they've done. What do you think?
I actually am curious about this. Mostly for the action sequences, and I kind of like how they're trying to tie in, like, you know, Watch Over My Daughter, like a lot of like the metaphysical stuff over the actual stuff in the cartoon into the movie. And I thought it was really cool in the trailer how when they're training, it's like a reprisal of Be a Man. It's like all the fans would, you know, clue in on like, oh, maybe it's not going to be a lifeless remake and it's going to be its own thing.
Well, the trailers had a lot of heart.
And it's cool. Right, and it's actually directed by by another woman, which I think is really cool. Especially when it's action-packed, you know? Like, I'm all for that.
It's interesting what from what I've seen so far. I'm excited to see what they do with it. But what else? What is... I think we're about rounding out, thank God. Wonder Woman 1984.
Bloodshot.
I'm interested.
I almost cried in Wonder Woman 1.
I liked Wonder Woman a lot. I thought it was great. My wife loved it,
I did too. And it's great they're bringing back Patty Jenkins.
What do you think about it still being in the 80s? Are you getting a little too much fatigue with that? Do you think it's a little too late, or you don't really care? Or bring back Steve Trevor as well?
I'm curious how they're going to do that part. I could see him being a double agent, which would be kind of cool.
Or I think he's just going to be in her mind, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't think he's actually there.
Like,
either he's not there, or like she's just seeing something. I have no idea. But they've been very coy about his return and what that actually means. Like, they've said, yeah, he's back. And they're not really following a lot from Justice League either. Like, the whole Justice League mantra of, like, she wasn't really doing anything until that point. Which is good. I'm excited that they'll change a little bit with that, too. And not have to be beholden to it. I would just love to have the invisible plane. Like, if you give me an invisible jet in this movie, I will be very happy. Like, that really will be all you need to sell me on this movie. I don't know. What about Bloodshot, though? What is Bloodshot?
So Bloodshot is... From the trailer, it looked a lot like action-packed badassery of Vin Diesel just being a badass.
Ooh, okay.
Don't know if it's going to be good. But
there's
it looks like
types
I
of
can't
badass for Vin Diesel. Is this Triple X or is this Riddick?
Riddick.
Okay. Interesting.
I liked Riddick. I don't know. Did you like Riddick?
But I just think there's a little more sci-fi to it. I see his eyes are a little different in one of the pictures. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Ray Garrison, a slain soldier, is reanimated with superpowers.
But and it has Guy Pearce. I mean, Guy Pearce is a badass too. I think, and Guy Pearce has actually aged quite a bit, and it makes me sad because I remember him in like Time Machine when he was kind of
Yeah.
young looking, or Memento. But he's aged quite a bit, which is kind of sad for us.
Everybody's been aging. It's Daniel Craig, though. Weirdly, is the only one that isn't. Even Keanu Reeves, though, when he shaves, looks like he's aging. What else?
But with his beard, he's
Yeah,
aging
that
well.
is true.
Let's go down to the 60s.
Oh.
Or you know what? Hold on. Pause. Let's talk about number 54.
The Invisible Man. Oh, yes. Okay, so this is coming from Blumhouse, correct?
Correct. And it's Lee Wannell, who did Upgrade.
I really liked Upgrade. What did you think about it?
He did Upgrade, and I loved it. And he's actually
Interesting that you liked Venom and Upgrade, because Upgrade to me felt like the better Venom, in my opinion.
What?
Yeah, to me, Upgrade was like what I wanted out of Venom, like a very serious, like possession, I guess, from the monster.
Okay, I could get that. I could see
I
that.
dug the
I
serious
liked
tone
Upgrade.
of it, but once Venom showed me whatever it showed, I kind of jumped upward anyways. But that's funny, yeah.
But he also directed. He co-wrote Saw with James Wan, which kind of launched both their careers. So he's been in the industry for a bit. Okay, The Walking Dead needs to fucking die.
Are they doing a movie?
I don't care. 56. Untitled Walking Dead movie.
Oh, I don't think it'll happen. The Walking Dead is dead.
Follows Rick Grimes from The Departure.
I don't think they've teased doing a movie for so long, and I think they have like 2 or 3 different ones that they want to do. This isn't going anywhere. I don't think this is happening.
Dude, I hope not.
I think if anything, they're gonna make this and it'll end up going to streaming. I think it'll end up going to stream more than anything. RoboCop Returns is announced.
Yep.
So whether that is there or not, we have no idea. There's a ton of movies that are coming out at Sundance that I've not really looked into that I am happy to announce that I'm a preview to be on the critics list for that. So there's going to be some cool shit coming everybody's way. And
how'd you get that to happen?
oh, by stumbling into it as normal. Look, there's no reason for me to be in anything, let alone that. But I think just with, I don't know, sending an email to the right person and applying. Really, all I did was apply for it, and that's where they put it through. Hopefully, with this, though, they're not like, "Who the hell is this guy? Why did we put him in on this?" Ripping out of the thing. But I'm excited to bring those to you. I have no idea if they're even on this list, though. But those are some. 70, though.
I have no idea
Scoob! There was a trailer for that, wasn't it? I think I saw one.
I don't know. I didn't see it. If there is one, I didn't see it.
Chicken Run 2. SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. Train to Busan. Did you see that? What did you think of Train to Busan?
I did see that, yep. I thought it was
super fun.
Action-packed.
Yeah, that was a damn good zombie movie.
Dude, this freaking South Koreans.
Damn good zombie movie. Jungle Book 2? What the hell?
No, how?
Boo. No. Back to Train to Busan.
Hey, the first Jungle Book wasn't bad. Except, you know what? Jon Favreau fucked up The Lion King, and that pisses me off.
I don't want him anywhere near that. I want him focusing, honestly, on the Mandarin. Why is he not...
Impractical Jokers, the movie.
Interesting.
I am game for that.
Huh. Boys in the Band. Good Morning, Good Night. George Clooney directed. Good Morning, Midnight. A scientist alone in the Arctic tries to make contact with a spacecraft to Earth.
So George Clooney directed it, and he's also starring in it.
We got a comedy on 96. I love Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Will Ferrell. Have you watched Veep before?
I've seen a couple episodes. Is that a show that I should start from the
Veep
beginning?
kind of you can jump in to anything. Like the characters, like I started with the first season and then kind of skipped a couple episodes in. So I guess if you wanted to like know what the premise is, I would start with the first two, and then from there you can kind of like go along with the story. But each season is a little step forward in the story, but it's hilarious. If you want just a list of insults, of some of the best written insults, Veep is bar none like one of the best written comedies I've ever seen. Like the writing in it is insane. And like you will never feel like any of the insults are good in a like you'll feel dirty with some of them, but in the best way. The Way Back is also coming with Ben Affleck, kind of his redemption story. I don't know if you saw any trailers for that. It was him being a basketball coach, like Coach Carter.
Is it look good?
It looks like they're gonna try to give him a. It's like his comeback film. It seems like where he's like, "I've made a lot of mistakes," and it's like, "But he did make mistakes in real life."
Okay, did you see the one on Netflix that he was in? With what's his name?
Triple
the guy who plays
something like that.
Yeah.
I started it.
Yeah, did you see that?
And then I just stopped.
It's actually a pretty decent film, I thought.
I'll give it another shot.
The last
Triple Front, is that what it is?
The last
Okay.
Yeah, Triple Front. No, Frontier,
Okay.
Triple Frontier. It's a pretty decent film. The number 100, The Last Duel. That sounds interesting as fuck.
Wow. There's a lot of people involved in that. You've got Ben Affleck and Matt Damon together again as well. Ridley Scott, Adam Driver. Shit. I almost didn't want to click into the next one, but I guess we're going to have to with some of these. Oh, it's already done with those.
Originally, the writers for the project, The Last Duel, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, were to play the two leading roles in the film. However, emo Kylo Ren, a.k.a. Adam Driver, who I think is a great actor, for the record, was cast in taking over the leading role from Affleck, who stepped aside to a supporting role instead.
Interesting. So mid-filming, they just were like, swipsies, switch watch, let's swap out.
I don't know. I'm down for that movie. I love medieval stuff. So.
Okay, so from all we've gone through, and I know you remember every single thing that we've gone through, what is your couple that you're like, let's go? If these were out right now, I'd watch the hell out of them.
Okay. Tenet. Dune. Okay. We didn't touch on it, but Halloween. The new Halloween
we didn't.
movie.
Sorry about that. Let's talk about that real quick. So tell me more about that one.
It's the
63.
third entry into the reboot. So it's the second entry to the reboot, but the third movie to from the original movie, even though I don't know. It's complicated.
Yeah.
However, I'm excited for it. I think Michael Myers is one of my favorite Halloween figures.
Yeah.
No pun intended. He's sketchy as fuck, man. Like that mask. So great. And also John Carpenter's original made me really interested in filmmaking. So I think a lot of this movie is going to be great. And Anthony Michael Hall is in it.
And Jamie Lee Curtis,
which is interesting
with all of her awesomeness. Judy Greer played her daughter, right, in the last one?
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, I'm interested in this.
She did that.
I don't know why I didn't want to talk about it again. I think I just was like, we already did subconsciously and moved on. Oh my god, there's an Untitled Purge sequel. Can't believe I missed that.
Did you like
no,
Purge?
That was a joke.
They made a TV series out of it.
Oh, but we did forget about this, and this one is actually interesting to me. Number 42, Untitled Saw Project. This is written by Chris Rock. Interesting. I have no idea, but they made a big deal that it's going to be Chris Rock. Stars Samuel L. Jackson. Chris Rock is going to be in it. Directing is Darren Lynn Bousman, who has done... Oh, he's done some of these films. So he directed Saw 2.
Saw 2 and Saw 3.
Saw 4 and Saw 3. You know what? Arguably, if you've not seen these, I'm pretty sure those are the best ones. I actually really enjoyed from Saw 3 to 4. Those two were the ones I was the most invested in the story, I would say.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make an handed guess on what the plot's gonna be. I bet Samuel L. Jackson's gonna be the detective and is gonna be trying to find his son, who is Jigsaw, aka Chris Rock.
Huh. So they're gonna have Chris Rock be Jigsaw. Interesting. There's got to be more of a reason for him to want to be in it than just want to be playing Jigsaw, though, right?
Unless he's the detective the whole time, and then he's Jigsaw, trying to make him go in circles.
Motherfucker! Yeah, that'd be...
Motherfucker, how'd you know it was me?
I have had it with these Jigsaws! Oh, man. With the correct voice, I try that. Ugh.
There's a lot of interesting films coming out this year, but to go back to it, I think, Tenet, Dune, Halloween, whatever this one we just saw, because that really intrigued me. The Last Duel, that sounds interesting. Let's find one more. Bill and Ted.
Boom.
Also, I'll throw A Quiet Place in there just because it seems interesting.
You've got a mighty fine list there. I think I'm going to steal some of yours. I think Bill and Ted Face the Music is up there. Dune, I think, is going to be great, but it's just not. I'm not as excited yet because I know nothing about Dune. I've not read the books. I've not watched the movie. So until I see a trailer, I'm not going to be like, what is this that's going to make me the most excited, right?
Denis Villeneuve.
Of course there's that. Tenet, honestly... The biggest wild card for me is Mulan that they've got in there.
Okay.
They're going so much against what it was originally. I'm excited to see what they do with that. Venom 2 is going to be interesting. And I think we've covered pretty much everything. So let's leave it up. Let's put it up to everybody that maybe will watch this later on. What are your thoughts? Leave a comment down below. Make sure to hit up Chaz over on his Twitter again. You can find him at your boy Chaz. Chaz, thank you again so much for being on the show. Anything else that you want to plug while we're on?
No, just thanks for having me on here. I think it's always fun talking to you about movies.
Yes,
so.
And hopefully we'll be able to focus in on more specific stuff. I think this was just let's make sure that the stream works on this and that we can actually do stuff through Skype. So I'm very happy it did. Thank you always again for everybody for watching, and I will see you at the next review.